Here we go. All right. So, hi, I'm Bess. How are you?
I'm Jared. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thanks for coming out today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So, we are going to have a little putting lesson, and I'm just going to kind of go through a little bit of an interview, and we'll do a little warm up, and we'll kind of see how your putting is and see if we can make any improvements.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Cool. So, how long have you been playing golf?
Well, I started when I was younger, and I actually was really involved in golf when I worked up in Traverse City at my grandpa's golf course.
Oh, okay.
And I'd
Cool.
do like the trash runs and everything like
Mhm.
that. So I would go out and I'd play a lot that summer.
Mhm.
And then after that, I kind of fell away from it. So I lost the game for probably, several years now.
Okay.
I'm 24 right now.
Mhm.
So it's probably been a good 10 years since I've been really consistent on it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's so now you're trying to get back into it.
Yeah, get back
Nice.
in the routine and just kind of, golf's like a everyday game.
Yeah.
It's a good social event.
Absolutely.
So I just really want to get back into it, learn the methods again and
Mhm.
just kind of, have fun with it.
Cool. Do you have friends that play or anyone that you could play with? Like
Oh yeah,
to
like pretty
practice?
much all my family and friends do.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. What about for work? What do you do?
I work for a film company and
Awesome.
I shoot weddings right now. I specialize in
cool.
weddings, and then I'm also leading the Michigan market for the company that I work for.
Sweet.
So yep.
Do you
it's
guys
good
ever
stuff.
do any like golf outings or?
Yeah, we actually have had like partnerships and such with different venues, country clubs.
Okay.
We've captured like shotgun starts for some, country clubs. And any events that they might put on, drone work of the grounds and such.
Okay.
So
Nice. So your job is a lot of like moving around. It's not really. Are you ever sitting down a lot, or like what's your typical day?
for just the film day.
Yeah.
They're pretty long days.
Yeah.
Rarely are they ever short.
Okay.
Usually it's pretty much wake up, get to the destination or location where we're filming that day, and then it's just nonstop on
Okay.
your feet for the whole entire day.
So you're
from
pretty
sunrise
active.
to sunset. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yep.
So what about any other hobbies? Do you play any other sports or have any other things you like to do?
I got into running, so I love to
Okay.
run.
Cool.
Before I started having some injuries with my knees, I was running like 10, 13 miles a day. I mean, not a day, but I was
Like when you
running a
go
lot
run.
to where I never
Wow.
imagined that I would run 10 miles, or
Yeah.
half marathon here and there.
Right.
But it kind of became like my new thing, so
Okay.
I love doing that. I'm also kind of like an outdoorsman.
Okay.
Haven't really been able to take full advantage of that just because with my busy schedule, but I love to go camping and
Nice.
just be adventurous and stuff
Cool.
like that.
Okay, so you said something about your knees. Do you have any other injuries that might hurt while you're playing golf?
My
just
shoulder.
that I should be aware
Yeah,
of?
my shoulder has
shoulder?
always been one.
Okay.
But
Did you have like surgery or did you injure it or?
I need to have surgery.
Oh
It's
no.
a sore topic.
Okay, so
I'm waiting for it.
we'll definitely be
Yeah.
cognizant of that. We'll do a little test just to see your mobility and your range of motion on that.
Yep. 9 holes is usually my limit,
Okay.
and then after that I can feel it start to pull again.
Okay. So as far as putting, you came for a putting lesson today. What would be the thing that you want to work on most?
Speed control and reading the greens a little more.
Okay.
Putting's never been my strong suit.
Okay.
Personally, like for me, even when I golfed way back, I was always a scramble type of guy because I
Okay.
never really liked to keep track of score. Like teamwork makes the dream work.
Fun. Okay.
But yes, speed control.
Okay.
And,
So when you hit the ball, do you feel like you hit it
I hit
too
it.
soft or too hard?
No, I hit it too hard.
Too hard. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna work on that speed control, making sure that we hit it a little bit softer, get it a little bit closer to the hole. So we'll work on that. But first, let's just kind of go through a little bit of a warm up, and as you do that, I'm gonna just test for your mobility and balance.
All right.
So if you want to go ahead and drop your club, we're going to start with our feet, and we're gonna do a little balance exercise. So if you want to put one of your legs up to like a 90-degree angle, and then once you feel balanced, go ahead and close your eyes. Okay, good. So that was about 4 or 5 seconds. We're gonna test the other leg, so let's do the
I'm
same
supposed
thing.
to hold it?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I'm just looking for when you start to.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
That's it. it.
Okay, so it looks like your right side's a little bit stronger. Is that kind of how it feels?
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's kind of go into, we'll do some ankle rolls. So just like any other sport or even like running, like what you like to do, super important to stretch before and after. Good. Then I like to do some hamstrings, so kind of do some lunges, some hip flexors. Good. So then we're going to work our way up, and let's go ahead and put our arms like this and go ahead and get into your golfer's posture. So like you're going to do a full swing.
Okay.
And we're going to stabilize the bottom half of our body and just move the top. So if you want to watch me, I'm just moving my shoulders.
Yep.
So right here, I'm just looking for a nice golf swing and your range of motion there. Good. Awesome. All right, so then this one, we're going to go ahead and grab our club and hook onto your top of your pants, like this. Good. And then we're going to swing like this, and I'm just going to kind of see your range of motion here. See how far you can go on both sides. Good. Okay. So then one more, we're going to drop our club again. We're going to put our arms back up here, and we're going to just move our hips. So this one's kind of different. You kind of have to think about it. So we're not going to move our shoulders. We're just going to move our hips. So like this. I know, it feels funny, but do you have any tightness in your low back or your hips?
Today I do.
Today you do? Okay. Yeah, it looks a little bit tight. Okay. So going back up to the shoulder, let's go ahead and let's put our arms out like this. And then rotate them. Feel okay?
Yeah.
All right, and then we're gonna do our wrists, so go ahead and put your thumbs up, and then go down, and then back. Feel good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then for this one, if you could stand facing this way, and put one arm, actually you can do your other arm, like this, and you're gonna go back as far as you can without, arching. Which shoulder was the injured one?
Right one.
Okay. Okay, looks good. And then I'll go ahead and this side.
Why not?
So start here and then go back. Okay. Does that hurt at all?
No.
Okay. So it's sore, but it's not gonna
No.
inhibit your swing at all.
Yeah, well, it doesn't start affecting me until, like I said, I get that just constant motion after a while.
So for putting, it should feel okay because we're doing moving our shoulders
putting's fine.
anyway.
I putt all the time.
Okay.
Terrible at it.
Putt-putt's fun. It's good practice. Okay, cool. So you feel good?
Yeah, feel good.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is, I'd like you to just hit a couple balls just so I can see what your swing looks like and your setup. And I'll just be quiet for a couple minutes, and we're just gonna go to this first hole right here. And since you're a lefty, I'm gonna switch sides with you. Go. And go ahead and do your thing.
Alrighty. So are you just watching?
Yep.
the hole? Okay.
Yep. I'm just gonna watch you hit a couple balls, and then we'll see what we can change, if anything. Okay, so out of those three, are those pretty typical of your shots?
The first two were.
First two?
Third one, yeah.
Third one was
No. Third one I just.
hit a little too hard?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So why don't you hit two more, and I'm just gonna look from the back, just so I can see your setup there.
Ah.
Ooh, so close. Okay, good putt. Okay, so your setup looks really good. You know, you have good posture here. You're not sitting back, you're not too forward. Your posture looks good. Looks like the weight of your is in kind of the middle of your feet, which is good. And your ball placement is also good. It looks like it's in the middle. The only thing that I would adjust with your feet is maybe just opening your stance just a little bit more. Just so you have a little bit more of a stable base.
Okay.
Your grip looks good. Go ahead and set up again with your grip. All right. And then keep your hands on the club. I'm just going to go ahead and look at the back. Good. So you did it in and out. Does that feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Good. So comfort's key with your grip. So as far as the setup here, ball placement looks good. It's in the middle. The only thing that I'm going to have you work on is as you come through, we're not going to let go. Sometimes you have the tendency to kind of let the hand go like you're playing baseball.
Okay, yeah.
And also the wrists tend to hinge like this.
Oh.
So with putting, the motion is very much like a pendulum.
Okay.
And there's no real hinge motions. Okay? So what happens when we hinge is sometimes we'll like top the ball or it's not going to go as far and we're not going to hit it as solid as we want to. So if you go ahead and look at my wrists, see how they stay nice and straight throughout the whole thing?
Yeah.
So this is what happens with you sometimes is you kind of hinge a little bit.
Okay.
So we want to make sure that we keep it nice and smooth and finish all the way through. Don't let it go.
All right.
Okay. So why don't we do a couple of practice swings without the ball, and we're just going to work on keeping that nice and straight. Good. So was this putter fitted for you at all?
No, it was not.
Okay. Does it feel a little bit long?
Yeah, I would say it's pretty long.
Okay. So since you're still kind of getting back into golf, I don't think you need to go crazy and like go buy a new putter. So for now, I think I would just grip down, which is what you just did, which is good. Does that feel like it's a little bit easier to bring the club through?
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna like stub the ground.
Yep.
Good. Okay. That might also help with not hinging. Good. All right. Why don't we go ahead and hit this one? I'm gonna go grab the other ball for you. Let's work on keeping that wrist nice and straight.
Messed up.
Oh, good. Try again.
I topped it.
It's okay. So what happened that time was you kind of lifted up and you wanted to see where it was going to go. So with putting, really what is key is making sure that you hear the ball first, wait a second, and then look.
Okay.
And don't get too excited. I'll watch the ball and you just make sure to do your nice finish. Okay, so what were you working on here? Feet just a little bit further apart. Good. And then you brought your wrist down, which is going to help us not hinge. Good. Okay.
How'd that look?
The motion looked better. Still a little bit of a top. So
That's what I
see.
felt like there was.
I feel like you're hovering the ground a little bit before you hit the ball. Make sure that when you start, your putter's on the ground.
All right.
Make sense?
Yep.
Good. There you go. Good stroke. Okay. Okay, with this one, let's go ahead and set up. Good. You feel comfortable?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So with this one, I want you to make sure that you do a nice follow through and try not to lift up. So we want to try and keep the putter head as low to the ground as we can.
Okay.
Good. Okay. So with this one, we're going to, ooh, it almost went in. We're going to go still to this first leg right here. So we're going to do a smaller stroke, okay? So we're just going to work on getting that contact. So do a stroke about here to here, just a little bit wider than your feet. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
So you want me to?
So See how my putter head is just coming a little bit past my feet?
Yep.
That's as far as I want you to go for now. Just because we're just going to do this first one. Much better. How'd that one feel?
Felt good.
Did it feel like you hit the ball
Felt smooth.
smooth?
Yeah.
Good. That's what we like to hear. So the other ones you were topping a little bit just because the swing was a little bit big. So let's do that again. Let's go
Control
to this flag.
swing.
So for this next one, since we're working on speed control and in the long run getting closer to the hole and maybe getting that even in one, possibly two, let's try and do the same stroke but a little bit softer.
All right.
Okay, so that same smooth stroke, but maybe not take it back as far.
Yep.
Good. All right, one more. Let's try and get this one closer. And let me grab the other one. How'd that one feel?
Felt good.
Good? Okay. So, let's do a test now. Out of 5 golf balls, how many do you think you can hit within like a 2-foot radius? What's your goal?
2.
2? 2 out of the 5? That's good. If that's your goal, that's good. We can do it. All right. So, what do you think you need to do to be able to hit it a little bit less far?
I think I'm just putting too much power.
Too much
to it.
power?
Yeah.
So, when you say too much power, what are you doing with your arms? Are you think you're swinging it too far?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it might be swinging it either too far or yeah.
Okay. So, figure out what you need to do to adjust, and that just might be taking it back a little less far. So, it's trying to get 2 out of 5 at least.
Might be.
That looks good. Cool. Not bad. How'd that one feel?
Felt good. I
Yeah.
just need to aim a little more up, I think.
Good.
With it going slower, the hill kind of carries it down.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I like to do when I have putts like that especially, maybe pick a spot midway to aim towards instead of aiming straight for the hole.
Yeah.
Kind of gives you an easier target. So maybe if you think it's going this way, I would maybe aim somewhere around here
Okay.
and then try and get it to that point before it trickles down. I like that one. Even though it was still a little bit too far, your aim was much better and it was a really smooth stroke. Did it feel smooth?
Yeah, it felt smooth.
Good. There it is. I like it. All right, we're counting that one. Okay, you got one more. Get your 2 out of 5. Sweet. You got your 2 out of 5.
Didn't
You
make
got your
any,
goal.
but
That's okay. We're not really looking towards making anyone. If you can 2-putt from here, that's really good. So again, just kind of recapping. Your setup looks great. So So your setup as far as your stance and your posture, you're not too far back or forward. You're just a nice athletic position. Your ball placement is in the middle of your feet, which is great. The only thing that we did change was open up your feet a little bit just to have a little bit more of a solid base. And then also, since your putter is a little long, we moved our hands down a little bit. And exactly, creating that smoother motion so you're not hinging as much. So do you have any questions?
No, I think that's, I mean, yeah, I feel like when I opened up my feet more, just definitely felt more like comfort.
Okay.
And
good.
then just the hinging, I know that's, I mean, I could feel the difference from what I was doing before to when we made that correction and then just doing that follow through without it.
Good. So when you come back out here, a good thing to do as far as practicing is go ahead and set up a couple balls and do some more of these long putts just to kind of get your feel for the green and your swing and to get the feel of doing a full swinging motion without hinging. And then you can kind of move up to some shorter putts and then work on just keeping that nice base and less hinge. And then also making sure that you're following through and not letting go.
All right.
So it looks good though. If you don't have any questions, I think it can be done.
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again for coming out.
No, thank you for having me.